you hate fascists and Nazis and think Elon Musk should have no part in our government whatsoever and that he's a well, boy, do I have the game for you. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle just came out and it is incredible. I am absolutely addicted to this game. Growing up, I loved the indie movies, and honestly, I kind of wanted to be an archaeologist, but then I found skateboarding. Developed by Machine Games, the people behind Wolfenstein, and published from Bethesda, who honestly should just be focusing on Elder Scrolls 6, you get to globetrot the world as Indiana Jones as you try and stop a bunch of bad guys from harnessing the power of the Great Circle. If you enjoyed the Uncharted and Tomb Raider series, then you're gonna love this game. You get to play in first person most of the time with some third person elements mixed in, and although it's not an open world game, the maps are pretty damn big with real world locations like Connecticut and the Vatican and Egypt, of course. You could play this like a stealth game where you sneak around and crack bad guys over the head with a fucking wrench and then hide their bodies, or you could just go in guns a-blazing straight at the enemies. It's however you want to play the game. And of course there are tons of puzzles to solve which will keep you busy for hours. And this being an Indiana Jones game, there are tons of Easter eggs all over the place for all of you hardcore indie fans. And as a fan of the movies myself, I have to say I am truly impressed with Troy Baker's voice acting as Indiana Jones. He knocks it out of the park, and sometimes you forget that it's not actually Harrison Ford. And one of the big bads being voiced by the late great Tony Todd really adds to this game. The Great Circle is set in 1937 and takes place between the movies of Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It actually opens up with a flashback where you're navigating the jungles of Peru and then go through the temple to swap out the gold idol statue and then get chased by the giant boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark. This was probably the coolest game tutorial I have ever had to play through. Before you know it, you're off to the Vatican and you're solving puzzles and knocking fascists out with a broomstick. The game is visually stunning too. I'm currently playing it on my PC with a 3070 Ti and I'm not running into any problems, even though the minimum requirements call for a 4070 graphics card. So if you're an Indiana Jones fan or you're just looking to get yourself a single player game that has nothing to do with battle royales and microtransactions, then I cannot recommend The Great Circle enough. Well, this was my first video game review. If you liked it, let me know if I should do more of these, and a huge shout out to my father-in-law Big Mike who sponsored this video. Thanks so much for the Christmas gift. I just need you to get out of the bathroom already.